Morning, Raptor Freak. Alexiot's here on a Sunday morning early. Just wanted to talk to you about the Raptors Open Practice yesterday in London, Ontario. It was a real huge success, a lot of fun. Really cool to see that the team interacting with actual Toronto Raptor fans in the crowd, and just a good day overall. Uh, I heard a couple of things about the event that certain players played really well, certain players weren't available, and just really cool message that the Raptors were doing in London, Ontario. This van attack that happened in the last year to that family was pretty awful, and this kind of hate in society against certain people and different people is wrong and just awful. And I love the fact that the Raptors as an organization kind of lead the way in some ways in sports overall for social activism. I mean, we were the team last year that was cruising around in Tampa in a Black Lives Matter van, like bus. And we were the guys that weren't afraid to speak up and say something about certain things and stuff like that. And I love that about this team. And it starts with Masai Ujiri, who has a real humanitarian's heart. And there's all kinds of different programs and things that he's doing to make, the franchise more socially conscious and doing things in the world within its power to make the world a better place. So that's great. Raptors, really good job going to London yesterday and teaching some love, not hate. And some of those shirts were cool. Like there were some cool shirts that were given out yesterday to the fans. And I'd love to get one of those. So anyway, just the whole message and the whole reason for going to London was really important. Okay, enough about that. I didn't get to see much footage from yesterday, but I did get to hear the tweets from Michael Grange of Sportsnet. As much as I hate him, he was giving good information about what happened yesterday. They had the two teams on black jerseys, white jerseys, playing against each other. It was like OG and Scotty were on one team, and Precious and a bunch of the other guys were on one team, and they played and they had a really good game. And there were three standouts according to Grange. They were OG Anunoby, Yuta Watanabe, and Freddie Gillespie. And that's good that it's like Freddie and Yuta had the best games yesterday in the scrimmage because they're playing for the spots, and I'd like to hear that they're excelling and they're doing really well because I'd like them to win those last two spots. I really would because they're, they were on the team. They're underdogs. They're people that fit our character and have already learned our system some. So I'd like to see them make the roster, those two at least. What else? Okay. So before the game, there was an injury report. And what happened was Gary Trent was out because of a quad injury. And they're saying that he may be out for a bit of the preseason. And Boucher is out because of a dislocated finger. He probably just jammed his finger doing a jam or blocking somebody or something like that. That's a little injury. But the most troubling thing I saw in Grange's injury report was Kem Birch. And I've been wondering where Kem Birch has been because we haven't seen him on media day or any of these interviews. I haven't even seen any footage of him taking shots or doing anything in practice. I think that he's been on COVID protocol this whole time, the last couple of weeks, because he's listed on the injury report as contact tracing. This is an issue that's not going away this year, guys. The stuff that was happening last year with testing guys for corona and then possibly being in contact with corona will take guys out of the game still this year. So that's why I think that the NBA really should consider extending the rosters for all NBA teams, allowing them to have at least two or three guys at the end, just in case something stupid happens in the middle of the season, where all of a sudden five guys can't play because of contact tracing. And then they have to think about postponing games and stuff like that. As long as they're fair with the postponing and the way that they do things, because last year it wasn't totally fair. We had to play a lot of games that other teams didn't have to play when they didn't have as many players. And, 8 is the minimum. last year had the minimum, but they didn't get forced to play the game, if that makes any sense. Because basically some of their guys that were out were like huge superstars, and they knew they wouldn't do as well in the games. So it's a weird thing, the contact tracing. I don't totally trust the testing because there can be false positives and stuff like that. And then you lose a player in a game all of a sudden because they got a bad test that morning. That's bad. That's bad. So we got to pay attention to this contact tracing still for this season. Kem Birch is currently on it. We haven't even started anything, and we already have a guy missing stuff because of contact tracing. So I don't like that right off the bat. Just one more quick note this morning, and then I'm going to get off because we're only one more day from preseason game number 1, Philadelphia tomorrow night. There's been sightings around the team of Nate Bjorngren. Yes, Coach Nate is back in Toronto helping the Raptors as a consultant. He's not actually an official assistant coach, but he's here with his buddy, Nick Nurse. You know, they're best friends, and they've worked together for a long, long time. And I guess Nate hasn't been finding any kind of other job so far, and the Raptors don't officially employ him. So he's consulting on the side. I'm guessing that he's just kind of hanging around and helping Nick on the side. So that's great. I love Coach Nate. He was a huge part of our coaching staff that won a championship. And I think that having him around is a good thing, even if we're not officially having him around. So welcome back, Coach Nate, even if it's not official. All right, y'all. I just wanted to quickly talk about the open practice yesterday. It went really smooth. It seemed like the fans had a really good time. And I love hearing that these two guys that are on the bubble to make the roster excelled yesterday, even in an open practice scrimmage, a scrimmage between our guys. And it's kind of like a showy scrimmage where they're just kind of goofing around in front of the fans and showing stuff like that. But these guys took it seriously, Yuta and Freddie Gillespie, because they got to make a roster spot. This may be Yuta's whole year right now. Like, this is the playoffs for Yuta. The playoffs is the preseason to prove that he can make the team, because this is the time he has to do it to show that he can still be on the team. And I feel good. He feels good. He looks good. He looks happy. He looks confident. He's aggressive. And, good things will happen for Yuta this year. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys for the comments. Thank you, Kawhi Leopard, for watching my stream this morning and interacting with me while I was doing it. And thank you to Sue and Paul and all the other people, the originals. That I just started this like 2 weeks ago, y'all. You're getting me at the ground floor. So let's go and let's see where I can go. And you all be my OGs that came with me from the beginning. All right, y'all. Sunday. Have a great Sunday. I know it's dreary out there and kind of weird, but tomorrow's going to be blue skies all the way, and it's going to be to a win over the 76ers. That's right. All right. Have a great day, everybody, and happy Sunday.